All set for kickoff here at Baltimore's M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got an entertaining one in store for you. It's the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. Tyler Loop is out and about ready to send this one away. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. Here comes Williams on the return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Past the line, he's going to run for it. And he scores. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown.
Hey, Kate, that play, I don't think it started out as a touchdown run. I think he was thinking first down, but all of a sudden, a little bit of space opened up, those afterburners kicked in, and he made himself and his team a phenomenal play.
The extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And they got off on the wrong foot here with that opening drive interception that led to points the other way.
Yeah, and what this defense has shown is they are going to capitalize on your mistakes, and not just a little, but by a lot. So from here on out, you better play some mistake-free football because this defense is hunting for more.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. This gets forward to around the 29. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. That's incomplete on 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Third and long for him here. He's going for it himself. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
New set of downs from 37. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, not for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Again, it's Gibbs. Solid work on his part. Gets 7 there. It's still 3rd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly when he's able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down, Lions.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. On the move, past the 40. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10 from the 32. To the air, Mahomes. Underneath, it's Gibbs. And he's able to take this one down to 25. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Oh, it looked like he was going to have that first, didn't it? But after the stop, they're going to be a little bit short at the 22.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there. Reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. Now third and short.
Here's Mahomes on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. When you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a Ja'Marr Chase touchdown.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Tyreek Hill. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
All set to go now from the 35. First and 10, here's Jackson. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
First down throw for Jackson. Catch me the right side by Nakua. And they get this down to the 28. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to be Baltimore first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
It's Henry on the counter. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after second-yard gain. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Lamar now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Now was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
He's going to run for it. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run. At some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens get some late points and the lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown.
With that score, this is now a time where this defense is going to get on that sideline, look at each other and say, hey, we got to play this quarterback a whole lot more honest because he is doing damage with his legs.
Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Comes Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. The play fake, it's Mahomes. Catch made left side by Laporta. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Detroit calls timeout, it's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Lions.
So 1st down from the 41. To throw Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains. Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
We've got first down here from the 36. Another throw for Mahomes. Taken in by Chase, left side. Not a lot of space, maybe to the 33. Roquan Smith, again an All-Pro last season, there for the tackle.
The textbook hits right. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Throwing again, Mahomes. It's a quickly to St. Brown. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Bronk? It's a gain of 5, third down coming up.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their third. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Seventh play of the drive now as they need a yard here on third down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. That's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, that gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. They'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Ravens offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. They're going to need some unlikely magic here if they want to find any points with almost no time remaining. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. The design run, Jackson keeping it. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Hill now to return it. Jukes away from one. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
First down, here's Lamar. Likely's got it right side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jar it loose, incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
The Ravens going to pump this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. He gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down now, ball at the 33. Another one for Gibbs. And they finally stop him, but not before he picked up 7 on that first down run.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Running it with David Montgomery. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. He'll try to do it himself. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Fits it through the middle. And he has this down to the 34. They get 22 out of that play. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
On the draw, this is Gibbs. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And the Lions have a first down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kane, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, the 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. On play action, it's Mahomes. He connects down the sideline. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal. Well, John Harbaugh's challenged plenty of calls in his career, and he's got the red flag out once again. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And he brings it in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions grab the lead on their first series of the half. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions push their lead to 3. has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this up to the 33-yard line. Stopped that time by someone who collects tackles and all-pro nods every season, Fred Warner.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
This is Henry on 2nd. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Third and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. And they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. The offense headed out now for Detroit. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. The Lions offense returning to the field. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this, I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
That's complete to St. Brown outright. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes, you can get to win-win.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Connects on the crosser. And they catch him just in time to prevent the first, but that got very close, didn't it? It's 4th and maybe a yard.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Takes it in at the 21. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Play fake, Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
First down throw for Jackson. Has it downfield working the left. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, Jackson. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he's brought down after a short gain.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line of gain.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Henry's going to try to pick it up. What a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. Fourth down coming up. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. Escapes a defender. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Lions get ready to return to the field. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Here he is to throw. Absolutely fires this one. Big gain downfield. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Setting up to pass. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They get an even 10 on that play. And that is good for Detroit first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Coming right is Gibbs. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. They send a receiver in motion right. This is Gibbs on second down. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's third down. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Everything comes down to this from Jake Bates. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. It has the distance, and it's on target. It's good! And the third time he puts it through will be the charm. They won it! So the Lions get the win on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Baltimore.